In this video, we're going to be in this field with this guy using this gimbal and this camera with this mustache to make this video. First up, let's talk about this setup. Here we have the Sony a7S III equipped with the Sony Zeiss f.4 24-70 lens. Usually I'll be using my Sigma 2.8 of the same focal length. However, that's about twice the weight and twice the size. So what we are losing in depth of field, we are gaining here in speed and agility. Next up, we have the ZHIYUN Crane M3S. Now, this gimbal is super powerful and can handle this setup perfectly, as well as being super light at only 705 grams. So that gives me massive extra points in saving me an achy arm and an achy lower back, unlike this poor guy who's filming the video. So, what I did right there is put the gimbal in lock mode. What that ensures is that if you're running, in that example, then you can turn your hand however you want, you can do this, and the gimbal is going to stay in exactly the same place. The way that you do that is you just use the touchscreen right here, go on mode, and you cycle through the modes on the gimbal, selecting which mode you would like. Or if you don't want to use the screen, you can simply press the M button to cycle through the modes like that. Right now, I'm going to use the pan follow mode because I've seen a pretty cool tree over there, which we'll do some orbiting shots with. Let's go. Okay, so in this shot, I'm going to use the pan follow mode, and I'm going to go from one leg and kind of push round to the other one here, with the tree kind of moving in the background. So even when you have a gimbal, there's actually absolutely no worries in just going from one leg, almost as if you're handheld, and just using the gimbal to get that extra smooth range of motion when you are filming and really eliminate any bumps possible. What I'm also going to do is just punch in to 50. We're kind of putting the gimbal to its test here by punching in without rebalancing, see how it handles this. So we're going to do the same thing and go. Beautiful. So then we've got two shots in one there, one wider, one close up, and we can now move forward to the tree to get a couple of texture shots. Okay, so right now I'm going to use the follow mode. What follow does is allow you to access the tilt axis as well. So if we walk towards the tree here, Oliver, nice. So we're going to continue that sequence, and I'm going to kind of use like a craning motion here. So if Oliver, you want to come forward here. So I'm just going to come up as he comes forward, almost to continue the motion I was doing from the other angle. So if you imagine the camera kind of started low, then it kind of comes right up. So imagine we're kind of continuing the same motion, starting low and coming up, but then revealing Oliver's action and showing his face, which is always an important part of this. You might get a cool shot of somebody's feet or the thing around them, but to actually show the subject's reaction to that thing is always a really important part of it. We've just seen that the tree is completely hollow, so I'm just seeing if I can tilt the gimbal up here and also try one where we're just craning upwards. Okay, so now we're just going to get a shot of Oliver walking down this path. We've got some real easy leading lines going off into the distance. Nice looking white and green tree. So I'm just going to be tracking behind Oliver if we want to start walking. Keeping the knees bent. Maintaining the same distance more or less. And what we're going to do is cut that shot we just got with a shot where we can see this lovely view that we got here. We want to make the most of that. So what we're going to do, we're going to put the view into focus. We're going to have our subject in the foreground blurred out. So we're kind of focused on the view. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so the sun is just peeking out from behind the clouds right now. So we're going to get a shot just pushing towards Oliver and the sun, and let's go. over the shoulder here as well. A couple more, now the light's on him. Yeah, that's a cool shot. So I'm just gonna do like a shot where I'm orbiting around, but from really low to get some grass texture in the foreground here. So I really think like one of the best kind of hero shots is where we're kind of just pushing in and also tilting up. So the angle gets progressively low to high. It really emphasizes the kind of looking up at the subject. So we're going to push in and go. That's really nice. And we're just going to cut that with a few shots of the actual sun. 2, 1, go. All right, so the sun is a crazy fireball right now, so we're just gonna move towards it, Oliver. Just gonna get an over the shoulder shot. Cool, so we're just in this really nice looking church here. We're gonna get a high shot following Oliver into the church. So whenever you're ready, Oliver. I like this perspective because it's kind of like a video game. So we're just gonna get one shot as Oliver moves to the bench with the wall in the foreground. And I think that'll be a really nice way to add a bit of depth. So if you want to go ahead, Oliver. We'll just get one of Oliver on the bench here. Yeah, already just sitting down is fine. Let's get one more here and get really dynamic. So we're going to kind of push through the grass whilst our subject is sitting. He's not moving that much, so to keep up the dynamism of the video without kind of just killing it with like very slow shots, what we're gonna do is get a shot where we're moving through the grass, adding in movement ourselves. And go. Yeah, it was a really low angle shot, so that one was pretty nice and dynamic. So right now we're gonna head to a pretty interesting and quintessentially English scene, but it's getting dark. The sun's already in, so we've got the ZHIYUN Mollis light here. Gonna clip the battery in. It comes with this dome diffuser. Whoa! And look at that, we have instant light that we can use on our subject, or we can put it somewhere tactical and have it kind of shine as a mysterious light source that we're not quite kind of aware of, but makes the shot look really cinematic. So what we have in front of us is a red telephone box. And it has, interestingly enough, a little library in it. We're gonna somehow figure this out so we'll get a cool cinematic scene with Oliver either in there or peering in with the light. All right, so yeah, just kind of peer in like that, Oliver. Nice. So I'm kind of thinking ahead of myself here. Well, actually what we need to do is establish this scene. So let's get a shot. Yeah, going up to it. If you stand like 2 meters that way, Oliver. Three, 2, 1, go. I mean, it's fine, right? He just happens to have the Mollis ZHIYUN light with him. I think that's it. It makes a pretty good lantern. So we don't have to worry anything about continuity here. Go. All right, so we're gonna get a pretty creepy end to the video here, which is that Oliver's gonna be in the phone box and the light is just mysteriously gonna go off. 3, 2, 1, go. Pretty random end to a pretty random video, but the idea was to explore cinematic possibilities with this gimbal setup, and I think we achieved that pretty well.